Hi, I'm Steve Younis. Welcome to the Speeding Bulletin, your Superman news video recapping the events of the week September 23rd to September 29th, 2016. Our top news stories this week included: a crane is in position at the Kent farm for filming on Justice League, Superman flies into action in the new videos for Supergirl Season 2, and we find out the big bad behind the reason for the four-way crossover between the CW-DC shows. Let's check out these news stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, it appears as though Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill may soon be back at the Kent Farm location in Yorkville, Illinois to film scenes for the upcoming Justice League movie. A large crane is currently on location in the backyard of the farm with plenty of movement in and around the property, with the cast headed to Iceland for the next 2 months to film in the remote village of Djupavik. The crew in Illinois are likely preparing for the next phase of production later in the year. Many thanks to Jeff Frost for the photos. Amazon will be releasing a limited edition box set of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice in December, which will include both Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition and Man of Steel on Blu-ray, along with figurines, comic books and trading cards. Scheduled to be released on December 6, 2016, you can pre-order yours now from the Superman homepage online store. In TV news, Entertainment Weekly posted an exclusive clip from the Season 2 premiere of Supergirl showing Tyler Hoechlin in action as both Clark Kent and Superman, alongside Melissa Benoist as Supergirl. Executive producer Andrew Kreisberg said, "The two of them actually show up to the same crisis. It's not a turf war, they just both heard about the same tragedy on the news and both flew into action." You can watch the clip in full at our website now. On the back of this clip, the CW released a second trailer for the Season 2 premiere of Supergirl. Check it out.
That was awesome! I mean, it was terrible, but it was awesome! I dreamt of this moment. Both of us teaming up.
You didn't tell me that you know Clark Kent.
I'm with her.
I have anything in my teeth. Your cousin smells terrific.
Enough. This is my cousin, Superman.
I have a million questions. How do you shave?
Breathe. In order to live, we must keep daring.
We're moving back to Gotham.
It doesn't bother you that I got top credit on this one, does it? Not even a little bit?
Entertainment Weekly reports that Brenda Strong has joined the Supergirl cast in a recurring role, and reportedly she makes quite the first impression in the Season 2 premiere. There's some speculation that Strong could be playing the role of the Doctor, a character described as the diabolical female leader of Project Cadmus, who uses her surgical skills to implant prisoners with alien technology. Stephen Amell posted a behind-the-scenes photo on Twitter showing him as Arrow standing side by side with Melissa Benoist as Supergirl. As we know, the CW has announced that Supergirl will cross over with the Arrow, the Flash and DC's Legends of Tomorrow sometime during her second season. And speaking of which, the CW revealed that the four-way crossover that will bring Supergirl into the world of the Flash, Arrow and DC Legends of Tomorrow will be the result of an invasion by the Dominators. Executive producer Mark Guggenheim said, "This year, for our mega Arrowverse crossover, we're taking inspiration from a DC crossover from the late 1980s known as Invasion, which featured an alien race called the Dominators, who'd previously vexed the Legion of Superheroes." The CW also released a new promo titled Superhero Fight Club 2.0, showing all 4 DC Comics TV shows, promoting the free CW app. The first minute of the promo is available to watch online, but you'll need to download the app to see the full video. In the full video, we see Supergirl teaming up with the Flash, Green Arrow, the Flash, Firestorm, Atom, and White Canary in an effort to beat the challenges Cisco and Felicity throw at them. Meanwhile, Diggle and Martian Manhunter watch on as the challenges grow increasingly more difficult. That is until Supergirl discovers the way to win, but a new player enters the arena. In comic book news, we reviewed a couple of comic books this week, and they included Superman number 7, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who gave it a 5 out of 5, saying, "It's a celebration of all things family, and even the Justice League are reduced to cameos." Adam also reviewed Trinity number 1, calling it a promising start, and he gave it a 5 out of 5 score. Justice League number 5 was reviewed by T.A. Hewitt, who gave it a 2 out of 5, saying, "What started off as a promising storyline has silently imploded." And we should have TA's review of the final digital chapter of Injustice Year 5, number 40, up on the website soon. Superman comics available this week from September 28th include Action Comics 964, which is available in a variant cover, Justice League 3001 Volume 2 Things Fall Apart trade paperback, Superman Volume 1 Before Truth trade paperback, and Superman Volume 2 Return to Glory hardcover. You'll feel super driving around with these seat covers in your car or truck. Get yourself this pair of padded Superman car seats for $28.50. Or how about this set of Supergirl seat covers and floor mats for $59.50. These and other Superman car seat covers are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman Homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, Injustice Gods Among Us is coming to the big screen this Saturday, October 1st. Visit a participating Cineplex theatre and challenge your friends to a head-to-head battle, or go in and register to compete in a tournament against other players for a chance to win great prizes. Tickets are only $5. For further details, head to cineplex.com. The 16th episode of Season 2 of the DC Superhero Girls animated shorts is now online. Titled Hawk Girl's Day Off, as a break from classes and hall monitoring, Hawk Girl's friends treat her to a relaxing day at the super spa, but the day takes a turn when the fearsome Mrs. Clayface makes a surprise appearance. New episodes debut bi-weekly on the DC Superhero Girls website and their YouTube channel. Warner Bros. Consumer Products and DC Entertainment announced a partnership with the award-winning pop powerhouse Fifth Harmony to collaborate on the first ever DC Superhero Girls music video, showcasing the pop sensation's new single, That's My Girl. Featuring Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Batgirl, Harley Quinn, Bumblebee, Poison Ivy and Katana, the animated DC Superhero Girls music video is available for viewing in full at our website now. Episode 141 of Radio KAL, the monthly podcast of the Superman homepage, is now available to listen to. In this month's podcast, Scotty and I discuss a standalone Superman film, the hopeful and optimistic future of DC films, Justice League filming locations, Supergirl Season 2 promos and video clips. We discuss the casting of Roulette and Maggie Sawyer, Georgina Campbell being cast as Lyda Zod for the Krypton TV series, all the latest Superman family comic books, the McDonald's Justice League action and DC Superhero Girls toys, the public memorial for Noel Neal, and much more. Check it out at supermanhomepage.com/radio. That's all the news there was for the week September 23rd to September 29th. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. What makes it so fabulous? Well, I guess that's up to you. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty V. I wanted to talk a little bit about today the positive things that are going on. It does seem like I've been a little bit critical in my last few episodes, and that's just because I feel like sometimes other people are critical where they shouldn't necessarily be. I like to try and point out the dichotomy of some things, the hypocrisy of some things, but now that I've already covered that stuff, what I want to talk about now is my actual excitement for the time we live in. I have talked before about the age of superheroes in movies, superheroes on television. We got them everywhere, we got them all around us, but now it is truly the super age, not just the superhero age. We've got Superman in the movies, we've got Supergirl on television, and now, in just about less than 2 weeks' time, we're going to have Superman back again on television. Tyler Hoechlin will be playing the Man of Steel. I've talked about him before. I don't think it's the greatest casting in the world. He looks a little weird. People are complaining about the cape clasps, which strangely enough don't appear when he tears his shirt open in the promo that's out now. You don't see them there. So I guess he's putting them back on at super speed somehow, which seems very practical when you're trying to rush off to a rescue. But I am really excited that they're bringing him to the show. I hope that they clean up the problem they had last year where he seemed to be inept and incapable at everything that he did, just so that they could show how much better Supergirl was because it was her show, and it still is her show. And as we know so far, it's only going to be the first 2 episodes, a 2-parter to open the season. So we're not sure exactly how many more times Hoagland will appear as Superman, but I'm sure it will be some more. There's also been talk of a 4-show crossover with Legends of Tomorrow, The Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl. So I'm sure Superman will appear again on there, but maybe not, or maybe at a different time. But I'm sure he'll come back. And we've got kind of bumbling Clark Kent, which isn't really my favorite thing, but I know they're trying to market to the people who don't really like the darker, more serious, realistic, gritty tone of the movies. So they want to go back to the people who really were enjoying the goofy, very lighthearted, kind of comical, smiley, happy Superman of the Donner films, and not somewhere in the middle where we'll have to see where it comes out. I mean, I always thought Lois and Clark was in the middle. They got very campy as the show went on, and some of the villains were campy, but I thought that the central cast and the way that they treated their relationships and the way they acted on Lois and Clark was perfect. Obviously, the stories, the writing, the goofy villains wasn't. So let's see what they do on Supergirl. I've been very happy with the first season, and now that Superman's going to play a more on-camera role, I couldn't be happier. And on top of that, we have recently had the announcement that there will be a Man of Steel and that it will be starting production soon. It sounds like maybe not till 2019 or 2020 before it comes out, which is quite a long time. But that almost seems like they're letting some of the other characters establish themselves. Superman has already had his own standalone, and maybe they'll all catch up with their first, and then Superman will have his second, hopefully leading into the others having their second. He started the universe. He might as well be the one who continues the universe with his second film first, before everybody else. And it does sound like, via Jeff Johns and the other creatives who are going to be in charge from this point, that they have taken the criticism to heart, and they are kind of backing down from their original strategy, and that was to be different than Marvel, to be a little more serious than Marvel. We'll see how far they go. The words they're using are hopeful and more optimistic tone as the movies progress forward. And that could be good in terms of story. It started off really dire. We saw what Superman was made of. We saw that he was able to save the world in the most horrible of conditions while being beset upon by people who just wanted him to stop doing what he was doing or wanted to criticize him at every turn. He still remained Superman. He still did the right thing. And so now we can kind of say, well, now that Superman is here and he's been able to stop the worst of the worst, we can have people that dress like clowns and laugh a lot and might be some sort of a threat to a guy dressed in a bat suit, and it can be kind of silly because the big stuff's been dealt with by the big guy. And now with Man of Steel 2 and with Justice League moving forward and some of the quippy characters like the Flash, maybe Green Lantern, we'll see a little more humor injected into the story, but hopefully not so much that they feel exactly like Marvel, which would probably please everyone, because I'm convinced that that's what people are looking for when they go to the movies to see a superhero film. Not because they're Marvel fans, because I don't think most people in the general audience necessarily know the difference. They just want to see a superhero film. And since Marvel has taught us what that should be, when DC does something out of the box, something different, something their own way, I think it hits people in the face, and it's harder for them to kind of get involved in that story. So, I just hope that they stay somewhere that's still serious, but just inject some humor into the story and not have it be a laugh a minute while people are dying on the sides of the road in Avengers or whatever, but no one seems to mind. I still like the Avengers movies. I still like every superhero universe we're getting, and I'm just really happy that we're now seeing Superman in 2 places and that he's playing a very important role in both of them. Hopefully a mentor to Supergirl, and hopefully a mentor to the Justice League as we continue forward in the movies. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, always look up in the sky. It's all good? Critical in my last view. It does seem like I've been a little bit